We are analyzing the news around the world on Libya. Here is my credibility listed briefly. I'll try not to waste your time. The two most momentous statements that were made today were by Hillary Clinton and by Admiral Locklear, where he called for assassination of Gaddafi. And if our website can be so bold, there seems to be a breaking of information that more and more of these operational elements resemble the standard playbook of starting with a propagandist reason, such as the Gulf of Tonkin, or the weapons of mass destruction, Al-Qaeda link that was largely false to Saddam Hussein, entirely false, and then invasion that's actually based on quite a different plan than is presented to the public. So this is coming out, and we would call this a week of the woman, and we'll show you why.
قبل ما نقدم بنقول هذا شنو معناه، يعني شنو الشيء ليش احنا مجتمعين هنا وشنو نوعية الشيء اللي ندير فيه هنا. هذه نوعية الديمقراطية المباشرة التي يحكم فيها الشعب. هنقولها بالانجليزي اللي الناس اللي تسمع فينا تعرف احنا شنو نديروا هنايا. In this place all Libyan people gather together and sit and decide their future. Every man and woman gather together in their place, in their local place, and decide their future. No one decides in behalf of them. ما حد يقرر على الليبيين، كلهم يجتمعوا بالواحد في المكان المخصص له ويقرروا مستقبلهم. هذه طريقة الديمقراطية المباشرة. This is our democracy. This is our way of life. This is the way we choose by ourselves. هذه الطريقة اللي اخترناها احنا بأنفسنا. No one enforced it on us. ما حد جبرها علينا. We decide to follow this way, to the way of democracy, to decide our future. As I said, all women here, they came by themselves to this place to decide the following points. The first point is we are all against the foreign interventions. احنا كل المجتمعات هنا قررنا لا للتدخل الأجنبي. All of us decide no for foreign intervention, and they should stop bombing our places. They stop killing our children. They should stop killing our fathers, our mothers, destroying our houses and our hospitals. This is what they are doing now. We decide and we say no for foreign interventions, and they should stop bombing us. The second point is that our soldiers, our Libyan soldiers, they are our fathers, and they are our sons, and they are our brothers. They are here to protect us from the Western armies, from the foreign intervention. الجيش المسلح هو أبنائنا أولادنا، هم بيحمونا من الغزاة الأمريكان والإنجليز والفرنسيس. They are our children, they are our sons, they are our brothers, they are our fathers. So how on earth our father will abuse me, sexually abuse me? No, no one accepts this. So what they said about our soldiers, our Libyan soldiers, it's mistaken. It's completely mistaken. We all believe and we are sure from that.
Okay, so she believes it. All right, let's see what we can find out here. Let's see if we can cue it up. I believe, let's see, it must be, we're in here. Well, as long as we're here, here's some more breaking news that you probably haven't seen much of lately.
Thousands of people have gathered here on the 4th month, on the day, the anniversary, since the uprisings began in the east of Libya. They've come out here with their green flags to show defiance, to show their support for Gaddafi and his regime. And they swell to the front in great numbers to hear an audio message from Brother Leader.
This is the first time they are facing an armed nation of millions. They will be defeated. The alliance will be defeated.
After more than 4,000 strike sorties on Libya, NATO doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. They say it's not just about military might, it's about political will. But if you see these scenes, if you listen to the sounds, and you test the will of the people here, there's really a sense that this crisis in Libya isn't ending anytime soon. There we can see CNN, Tripoli, Libya.
So there you have it. And now we're going to play Hillary Clinton, but it's going to be into another clip. So what we were looking at was this business about the sexual assault of women. So let's just, if you don't mind terribly, we shall go to news and type in Amnesty International Rape Libya. Amnesty International Rape Libya. Okay. Amnesty questions claim, is Gaddafi guilty of all we've been told? No evidence of, etc. So they can't find evidence of it. They said that's not to say it doesn't exist, but then one could be abusing one's child, and if there's no evidence of it, that's not to say you're not doing it. So it's a still beat the wife question. So let's see here now. Getting back to the bottom line. So the week of the loyalist women. And so we'll just return briefly to listen to her last third point.
Soldiers are great men. They are made to protect us from the foreign interventions. And the third point is that our leader Muammar Gaddafi, he's our leader, he's our father. And we will never ever give up on our father. We will keep him. And I just want to ask rich people, when I was in UK, did I ask you to ask Elizabeth to go out from Britain? I didn't ask you. أنا قلت لهم لما أنا كنت في الأجرة بس نبي تشرحي لو سمحتي. أنا لما كنت طالبة في بريطانيا ولا تو قاعدة طالبة في بريطانيا ما جيتش قلت الإنجليز لازم إليزابيث الملكة بتاعتهم تغادر. ما قلت الشيء هذا. Therefore they shouldn't decide on behalf of us. We Libyan people decide our future. We Libyan people decide our leader should stay with us. Not American people or not Obama, not Sarkozy, not for Cameron. And as I say, Cameron does not have anything to do with us. This is our country, this is our future, and he is our leader, Muammar Gaddafi. All the ladies here, in this place, in this room, they say their words. And their words is that we need our leader. Our leader, Muammar Gaddafi, he is our father. We will keep him with us. And as I say, our leader, he's a figure in our country. He's a figure, and we need to keep him. And we decide all the ladies here, as you heard in Arabic, they say they need their leader. Okay, and I need to send another message to Hillary Clinton and Catherine Ashton, and I need to send a message to Hillary Clinton and Catherine Ashton and Obama's wife. I say to them, please, this is not your right to decide what we do. And even Hillary Clinton and Catherine Ashton and Obama's wife went to Benghazi, and they had talked to some women there. We asked them to come here to our place, or to come to Sabha, or to Ben Walid, anywhere, and ask them if they were sexually abused by our soldiers. This has never ever happened in our country. And what they are saying, Hillary Clinton and Catherine Ashton and Obama is completely lying. We didn't trust them. We didn't trust Hillary Clinton and Catherine Ashton and Obama's wife. They are using those ladies to come to our country and take our oil. We say to them, we will never ever give you our oil by force. Yes, if you want to come to our country and have a business in a very friendly way, you are welcome.
Now that's pretty accommodating after somebody's bombing your country. So at any rate, the females of Libya do not have any certainty that under the Transitional National Council that they will receive equal rights, and they do receive full equal rights now. So now we'll continue on and look at a piece that is breaking that comes into us from Russia today. Let's see if I can find, let's see, here's the dismissal. Here's Hillary repeating the statement from the Bush, which you'll see again. Let's see here. What else have we got for the witnesses? Let's see here. Well, so let's take a look at what they have to say.
Someone who's actually spent some time on the ground in Tripoli. Wayne Matson is an investigative reporter, and you just came back a few weeks ago, as I understand it, Wayne?
Yes, I was actually a member of the delegation that former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney led there, and I have to say that even worse than armchair speculation, the Washington Post, which you just showed, and the New York Times have reporters in Tripoli who are obviously living in an alternate universe, because what they were reporting, their datelines out of Tripoli, had nothing in common with what we all saw on the ground. First of all, they were saying, Schools were closed. Why watch the kids go to school? Yes, things are not normal in Tripoli. Long gas lines because of the sanctions imposed. There's some shortages of food because collective punishment is being applied by NATO.
Ports are blocked by
the ports are blocked, including fishing boats that can't get seafood in. So yes, it's very similar to what goes on in Gaza with the collective punishment on those people there. But Gaddafi has a lot of support in Tripoli. There's a report today from the Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch, distributors of propaganda, Wall Street Journal in particular, saying that Gaddafi's getting ready to flee Tripoli. Why would he? He has total support from Tripoli all the way to the Tunisian border. We had to go by car. We actually encountered one impromptu pro-Gaddafi demonstration on the main highway. We got out and asked these people. We wanted to know, are these?
So this is part of this myth, part of the Western narrative that he's going to fall soon, which we have. And remember, these narratives occurred for all of our illegal and undeclared wars. If there was an undeclared war, all of this applies. The Western narrative. So in this case, they're saying he's about to fall again by underreporting his strength, which is a disservice to a citizenry who can't rely on their media to tell them both sides, which is what I'm trying to help do. It seems that things are now progressing so that I can move on to just work in my local community, because the big outlets like Russia Today are starting to pick up the information I've been trying to get out, which is that it had the #1 development record in Africa. So let's see here now. We want to get back to, in fact, let's see. There we are. And let's see if I can refresh this. No? Okay. Let's try it again. American in Tripoli. Okay. No. Let's try American in Tripoli. Sorry about that, folks.
When I read this, I mean, according to this, Gaddafi is a slime son of a bitch who's running around Tripoli, giving out baskets of Viagra and faking civilian casualties. So are you saying that's not what you saw?
No, and we haven't seen an information war like this, a propaganda war, since leading up to the war against Iraq and the occupation. Remember the yellow cake uranium, the biological mobile weapons labs. Colin Powell holding up the answer, all that nonsense.
Innocent civilians slaughtered.
Yes. One thing, we did go to the hospital. We saw civilians who had been hit with shrapnel. I think one of the things is NATO was saying we are not targeting civilians. We got the video footage of these people, photographs, and now NATO at least has to admit that it is hurting civilians in its attacks.
And they did admit to one recently that killed some children. But let's play, I think we have a soundbite from President Obama, our own president, speaking just a few days ago, where he mentioned Libya. Let's play that clip if we have it.
When innocents are being slaughtered and global security in danger, we don't have to choose between standing idly by or acting on our own. Instead, we must rally international action, which we're doing in Libya, where we do not have a single soldier on the ground, but are supporting allies in protecting the Libyan people and giving them the chance to determine their own destiny.
So Wayne, you heard the president protecting the Libyan people. Is he lying?
Oh, I would say so. And we know that he doesn't even have the support of members of his own party in the House of Representatives. 70 Democrats voted for a resolution to curtail the U.S. support for this operation today in the House. Look, another thing that's not being reported, there are some rebels who have gone back to Gaddafi. We have seen reports of NATO hitting rebel columns. There are other reports that these may be rebels trying to get back to Tripoli to rejoin Gaddafi. Gaddafi's given amnesty to these people. Many former rebels, including one I spoke to, said, look, we weren't happy with Gaddafi, but when we saw NATO, including Italy, our former colonial occupier, join this thing, and now they're